Look at it. Just look at it. The BMW 3 Series, the ultimate driving machine. For decades, this car has been the gold standard for anyone who's finally reached the age where they care more about seat heaters than 0 to 60 times. It tells your neighbors you've made it, or at least that you've got a very aggressive finance manager named Gary. It is a masterpiece of German engineering, right up until the moment it decides to remind you that German engineering often just means more sensors than sense. If you're over 40, your lower back probably has its own set of opinions on car design. And to be fair, the G23 series interior is a lovely place to sit while you're waiting for a recovery truck. The seats are firm, the dashboard is angled toward you like it actually cares about your feelings, and the iDrive system is slicker than a greased weasel. On the road, it's a revelation. It handles better than most of us handle our midlife crises. It's balanced, it's quiet, and it makes you feel 10 years younger, right up until you see a puddle of mysterious neon green liquid on your driveway. Then suddenly you feel every bit of 45. We need to talk about the amber glow of despair. Most people call it a check engine light. To a 3 Series owner, it's just a mood lamp. It's BMW's way of checking if you're still awake and if you still have an extra 500 pounds burning a hole in your pocket. Because of the way these cars are wired, one faulty oxygen sensor or a slightly loose fuel cap doesn't just give you a warning, it puts the car into limp mode. That means you're trying to merge onto a motorway with the power of a lawnmower because the car is having a digital panic attack. You aren't just a driver anymore, you are a data analyst. If you aren't using a dedicated diagnostic tool, you're essentially guessing at the cause of a 3,000-pound problem. Here is the technical tragedy. BMW engineers are geniuses. They can make a 2-ton luxury saloon defy the laws of physics and corner like a slot car. But for some reason, these same geniuses decided that the most critical components, the ones holding back boiling coolant and immense oil pressure, should be made of the same recycled plastic as a child's lunchbox. They call it weight saving. Real owners call it job security for mechanics. If you've spent any time on the forums, you know about the Mickey Mouse flange. It's a tiny plastic cooling system connector that's famous for disintegrating without warning. It's a 5-pound part that can lead to a 5,000-pound engine rebuild while you're doing 70 on the M1. Then there's the B58 engine. It's arguably the best straight six in the world, used by Toyota in the Supra because it's that good. But even the B58 has its quirks. Owners talk about coolant mystery loss, where the level drops but there's no leak on the floor. It's usually just a bad expansion tank cap or a weeping water pump hidden behind enough plastic covers to build a Lego set. If you've ever picked up a spanner, you know the 10mm socket is the holy grail. It's the one tool that always vanishes into the abyss. But in a 3 Series, the most important tool isn't a socket, it's a priest. You need to exorcise the ghost in the machine. You'll be cruising along and the car will suddenly scream at you that the tire pressure is low. You pull over, check them, and they're perfect. The car didn't have a puncture, it just had a bad dream. It's the high-maintenance partner of the automotive world. It doesn't want you to fix anything, it just wants you to acknowledge its complex emotional state. And don't even get me started on the transition to touchscreens. We grew up in an era where if you wanted the car warmer, you turned a physical knob. It was simple, it was tactile, it worked. Now, in the newer models, you have to navigate 3 sub-menus on a curved display just to adjust the fan speed. It's like trying to program a VCR while doing 70 miles an hour in the rain. We've traded common sense for connectivity, and frankly, most of us would trade all the gesture controls in the world for a volume knob that stayed in one place. Now, let's talk about the dealership experience. If you own one of these, you've met Tristan. Tristan is 24, wears a suit that's too tight, and uses words like synergy and preventative diagnostics. He'll tell you that your active grill shutter has a minor cough and it'll cost the price of a small family holiday to fix. This is where you need to be the grumpy dad we were all born to be. Stop letting Tristan win. If you're tempted by a bargain 3 Series on Marketplace, get yourself a 30-pound OBD2 scanner. It plugs in under the dash. It's the magic magic wand for the over 40 DIYer. It tells you if the car is actually dying or if a sensor is just being dramatic. Most of these catastrophic alerts are just a 15-pound plastic plug that decided to retire early. If you can change a fuse in a plug, you can change a BMW sensor. Don't let the dealership convince you need a new turbocharger because your windshield washer fluid is slightly the wrong shade of blue. The 3 Series is like that one friend from university who's a total nightmare to go on vacation with but throws the best parties. You know the one. They'll lose their passport, insult the waiter, and somehow end up in a fountain at 3 a.m., but you still invite them next time because life is boring without them. Owning one of these is a constant battle between your heart and your wallet. My advice? Follow your heart, but keep your wallet in a safe, reachable place where you can grab it quickly when the mood lamp flickers back on. Is it the check engine light king? Absolutely. Is it still the car you want to be driving when the road clears and the sun comes out? Also, absolutely. It's a beautifully flawed machine built for people who still enjoy the act of driving, even if that driving occasionally ends at the back of a flatbed truck. Subscribe if you want more honest talk about cars that are too smart for their own good. Or don't. I'm not your boss. I'm just a man in a shed looking for a 10mm socket that I'm fairly certain the BMW swallowed out of spite. See you in the next one.